What's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi here, aka Jedi Modi. Recording this on Saturday before NFL Sunday, but we have some insane line movement going on over the course of the week. So I figured I would lock in some quote unquote, not quite last minute, but later NFL bets for NFL Sunday. Just to give a little bit of a recap about how things are going with my NFL bets. So every week, I give out 4 sharp bets, 1 lock, underdog, game prop, and player prop, 1 of each. Those have gone really well so far, 6-2 overall. That video is now out, so if you want to check it out, make sure to check out the OddsJam YouTube channel. While you're there, make sure to subscribe so you can get access and notified for these picks moving forward. I also do live streams at halftime of primetime games, halftime of 1 o'clocks, and the 4 p.m. games as well. So tons of content for you guys to get in on if you subscribe to the OddsJam channel. While I'm talking about content that comes out, I would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to the OddsJam podcast, Sweat the Bet. Me and the other co-host, Andrew Kim, aka the Parlay Doc. We both have really cool nicknames. We give out, or we come out with 1 episode a week. We preview the week's biggest games, giving our official predictions for each game. And then we also give out 3 best bets for the NFL slate as well. So on those Sweat the Bets, me personally, I am 5-1. It's gone really well for me. As a podcast, we are 8-4. So Parlay Doc had a good week 1, not so good week 2. But if you just tailed all of these bets week over week, you would be profitable, including the sharp bets. But those bets have already been placed. Let's talk about bets that you can still place. So as I mentioned, there's been an insane amount of line movement. So what I have is 5 picks for you guys to lock in for NFL Sunday tomorrow. Of course, I find these plays using OddsJam, using the positive expected value page. So this one here, I've actually already locked in the Cowboys first half spread plus half, basically. So as long as they're not losing at the end of the first half, this bet hits. I talked about the details behind that bet, why I liked it in the video that I came out with yesterday. Just another reason why you guys should be subscribed and checking out the OddsJam YouTube channel. But I'll get back to this one in a little bit. One bet that I liked that I haven't locked in yet is the Tennessee Titans first quarter money line. As we can see, Caesars has it at plus 115. Every other book has it for about minus money or plus 105 is what Pinnacle Sportsbook has, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, giving you a true line on this bet at about plus 111. So I like getting it at plus 115. This gap between these two numbers is where you get your positive expected value from. Basically saying, we know from thousands of bets and markets and odds and whatever being back tested that the true line of this market, it should be plus 111, basically plus 111 and a half. This is what it should truly be priced at. But because of some sort of line discrepancy, we can get it at plus 115 on Caesars. That represents value. If you consistently place bets where we know the true implied odds or make that bet more likely to occur than the bet on the sportsbook that we are placing it at based on those odds, that is positive expected value. That is how you can be profitable in the long run. That is where Andrew and I get all of our sharp bets for the podcast. That's where my 4 sharp bets come from, just using math, using OddsJam to find value. So this one I like as a half unit play, Tennessee Titans first quarter money line. I will admit that the Titans were my underdog pick, so I'll give you that sneak preview. So I think I have a lot of exposure on the Titans. So in this case, their first quarter money line, plus 115. That is the second bet, the first one that I placed live. The next one, and I'll stick to this game, is the Tennessee Titans the Tennessee Titans point spread, plus 1.5, plus 105 on BetMGM. A lot of exposure with the Titans, but again, look at this value. No other book even has this for even money. Minus 105, minus 110, minus 108. Minuses across the board, plus 105 on BetMGM. True pricing discrepancy, true outlier, getting this price at plus 105. Now, I would like to put a half unit on this one on BetMGM. We will see how much they will let me get. 37.48 actually isn't horrible. That's how much BetMGM will let me get. So I'll place this bet. So those are my 2 Titans bets. A lot of exposure to the Titans. I have their money line. I have their first quarter money line. Now I have them plus 1.5. But I do like the Titans in that spot. I think I trust Vrabel to turn things around more so than I trust Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. We'll see if Josh McDaniels can figure things out in his new stop as head coach when he couldn't before. That was like 15 years ago. So maybe we can give him the benefit of the doubt, but maybe no Josh Jacobs, no Hunter Renfrow. I'm not buying it. The next one, and this one I really, really like. We're looking at the Miami Dolphins plus 2.5, plus 158 on FanDuel. So that is another half unit play for me. This one has been locked in. So this one I really like. Of course, it's positive expected value, right? No other book is giving you better than plus 150, which is BetRivers. Majority of books have this priced around plus 145. The average odds, which OddsJam shows you, has it at plus 143. Now we are selling a couple points on this play, right? I think the normal spread is Bills minus 5.5, but look at the injury news coming out of Buffalo. Buffalo hasn't played a game without both starting safeties, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, since like 2017, and they are both out for this game. We literally saw what the Dolphins did against the banged up secondary last week against the Ravens. Now, obviously the Bills have a better defense than the Ravens, of course, but Hill and Waddle, they do a great job. The coaches do a great job of spreading out the opposing defenses, using the speed of Hill and Waddle to their advantage. And I like the Dolphins. I was close to sprinkling some on their money line, but the fact that I could get a plus EV play on their point spread at plus 2.5 at the juicy odds of plus 158, too much to ignore. So that is bet number 4. In the last one, I wish I could lock this one in. Team total of the Atlanta Falcons over 20.5. Unfortunately, I cannot because DraftKings has my account locked. Another play that just has insane value. DraftKings has it at minus 110 each way. Literally every other book is telling you that the more likely scenario is that this total goes over 20, 20.5. Betfred, minus 125, the under at minus 105. WynnBET, over minus 120, under plus 100. BetRivers, minus 118, minus 108. And then these two are really, really important. BetOnline, really sharp sportsbook, has the over at minus 140, the under at plus 110. Pinnacle Sportsbook, which is the same thing as the OddsJam line, minus 121, plus 104. Every single book is telling you this total should go over 20.5, except for DraftKings. They're the mispriced line here. In this case, because it's such a good value, I would actually put, for those of you at home, I would put a full unit, whatever a unit is for you, I would put on the Atlanta Falcons team total over 20.5. I think we're giving the Seattle Seahawks defense a little too much credit for what they did week 1 against Russell Wilson, type of energy that they won't be able to replicate the rest of the year. Falcons have gone over 20.5 in both games so far this year. The team's a joke. Their offense actually hasn't been horrible with Marcus Mariota. Now, they're misusing Kyle Pitts, of course. I don't know what they're doing with Kyle Pitts, but like Drake London looks good. Mariota doesn't look horrible. Cordero Patterson is still playing well. A juicy Falcons team that might make some noise, as in they might upset a team or two. They're not going to win more than 5 games, but they almost upset the Rams. They should have upset the Saints week 1. Team could make some noise. But regardless, those are my 5 sharp bets for this late line movement on the NFL season. Let me just show you proof, excuse me, that I locked in the Cowboys one. And we have that. I've locked in a lot of bets, as you can see. Here we go. Cowboys first half spread. I put $50 on it. Again, I already locked that in. Now let's just add all these bets to my bet tracker. So I put $50 on the Raiders first quarter money line, half a unit play. And I can also recap these plays. Titans point spread plus 1.5. I would have liked to put a half unit on. BetMGM let me get $37. So that's what I put on it. Dolphins point spread plus 2.5, plus 158. I put a half unit play on. The last one, this Falcons one, I wasn't able to lock in because DraftKings locked my account, but I would put a full unit on this one. So we'll track this at a full unit of $100 for me, whatever a unit is for you, put on it. And that's it. So those are my 5 last minute bets to lock in for NFL Sunday tomorrow. If you're tailing all of these, let me know. Would love to hear it. Comment on the video. Let me know you're tailing. Other than that, if you want to hit me up, you can find me on Twitter at JediModai. If you want to send me an email for the podcast, you can at sweatthebetoj@gmail.com to confirm that OJ stands for OddsJam, not Orange Juice, or OJ Simpson stands for OddsJam. Sweatthebetoj@gmail.com. And that's it. So I appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.